Yes, Mr. Chashmielo. Alright, so this is a video about the battle of the two wolves inside of us. I'm sure most people have heard this story or allegory from native tradition. I was just taught a little bit different variation that I haven't heard anybody else put out there. And it really helped me in my journey on the Red Road, in ceremony, in navigating, the difficulties of understanding, this physical world, right? And so I was just taught a variation of the story of the two wolves. It's a little bit different in that when working towards the implicit, doing ceremony, meditating, those processes in tradition, ceremonies, those are like the path, could be called the path of selfhood, the individualization process. And so when you're going down that journey to find out who you are, why you're here, all of those things, that when you're in those ceremonies, that you're working towards that relationship with the implicit, right? Working, and that part of our being is the inner child, the child that lives in truth, the kind of truth where words meaning runs and hides, So I shouldn't, or I can't expect my internal journey to be one of the traditional five senses, right? So this includes the everyday walk of life conversational voices we have inside of our heads too. The true you, that inner child communicates through emotions, understandings, symbols, intuition. It's not going to be that one that speaks out. No matter how amazing the words come through and the accolades you'll get from them, the true you won't speak like that, right? And so the wolves can be symbolic of the false light and the deceiver. And so by feeding either one, you're focusing energy away from the growth of your inner child, right? So the wolves both represent parts of our ego, right? In the delineation of good and evil, either of which in our spiritual journey need subjugation, right? They need to be shown the power of love so that ultimately our ego is said to be absorbed into our ethereal and our astral body as the completion of our physical body, right? So this is what my elders taught me, is that in this part of our spiritual journey, in this physical world right now, it is the unification of our ego and our physical body through the balancing of our actions and our understandings, or coherence with our claimed philosophy, right? Living the way we claim to live, or, as far as, walking the red road, doing those things, as well as moving beyond satisfaction with conjecture, right? To a place of wisdom and applied experience, or in other words, moving to a place that requires knowing rather than beliefs or opinions. I was taught that beliefs means there's doubts and opinions means there's unknown aspects that demand assumptions, or deceit and false light, so and that's just a real quick explanation, understanding how it was brought to me, that there's more parts to it, right? There's the you, the inner child, and then those wolves. I said those are both the lessons on our journey on our red road, right? And so again, like I said, I was just taught that this is the time and this place, the density is of nature, of reality, and that densification, that speeding up of time, is that emulsification, that mixing, to bring that ego and the physical body and the etherical and astral body all into balance, right? And so that's that cycle of life, birth, and death, right? And so as we go through those cycles, when we can face that end with eyes open, with that inner child, and so that Mother Earth can absorb that energy back into her, right through it. So rather than when you pass on and you're afraid and you pull back, right? You can face that and take that energy with you into that next space. You know, I said those are just opinions, but you know that's what I was taught, and those are the experiences I've had. You know, doing the ceremonies, doing the practices, and I just thought I would share. Like I said, I haven't seen anybody else explain it like that, but this was an understanding that was that was. They made sure I understood that was teaching that was different as far as this goes. So, again, I appreciate your time.